So guys, we're going to talk about in this topic today self-abandonment issues, which is another word for codependency, and how to fix it. So if you're that type of person that you feel you're kind of clingy, you're kind of codependent, it's probably signs that you have abandoned yourself at some point in your life. You struggle to do things by yourself. You struggle to go out there, and I'm not trying to shame nobody, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad, but if you have these issues, you should stick through, or even if you don't, you can learn about this video, because there's ways to fix it. I think school is a terrible place for this, because you get used to being around people so much to the point where you get alone. You don't feel right. You feel off. You feel that you need people. You feel you need to talk to people. It's kind of what's going on today in this world in general, not even to do with school, in general. Because of social media, these texting apps, the Snapchat, all this craziness. People clingily want to be on somebody's ass 24/7, and it's like, what are you doing with your life? People are just living for people nowadays. It's insane. You can't even go for a walk by yourself. You can't have a meal by yourself. You can't do anything by yourself. They abandon their self, bro, at some point in time. So anything to do with being alone or being by yourself, you don't feel right. You feel you need somebody. You need to talk to somebody. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need a relationship. You need a whole bunch of friends. That's a huge sign that you have these self-abandonment issues. It's really not good. Because there's things that you gotta do in life by yourself. There's nothing wrong with having friends. I'm not saying that. But to need this person, to need that person all the time, it should be a treat to go hang out with some friends, do something fun. You come back home, you get back to the grind, you do what you do. It's not something you should need. You need this, you need that. What you really need is yourself. What you really need is God. You shouldn't be worried about what he or she is doing, or, oh my God, I'm left out, or this or that. That's clingy. It's not that everyone's a bad person. It's not that these people are bad people necessarily. But I personally do not enjoy being around these people. I just don't. And I'll explain why. I feel genuinely, when I hang out with these people, when I'm around these people, as I have been in the past, I feel like they're energy suckers. I feel like they're energy drainers. I feel like when you're in their presence, they're like hooked on you. They're attached to you. They can't be anywhere by themselves. My favorite kind of people, for example, are people that when you're together, you're vibing and they're vibing. You might not even be on the same vibe, but you're both just there. You're both doing something. You're in the same building. You're in the same house. You're doing something. You're doing something different, but you don't need each other. It's not that you never talk or never do anything, but you can be alone, they can be alone. Those are the best type of people, man, I'm telling you, because they're not energy suckers, they're not energy drainers. But these other people that have these self-abandonment issues, they are. Because they're dependent on your dependency. They're dependent on you. All the time. You can't even think straight, bro, when you're with these people. You can't even think straight. Because they're constantly on your ass. It's like taking care of a kid when you're around these people. Like, you can't just chill. You can't be in your own state of mind. It's like they have to be like on your mind 24/7. When you're around them, you can feel them thinking about you all the time, and it's like weird. It's just weird. Like, get away from me. Get that energy away from me, bro. Like, you can't even be yourself whenever I'm around you. You can't. You're just a fucking weirdo. You have issues. These people are not all there in the head, man. They have issues. Self-abandonment issues. They abandon themselves, which means they struggle to go out there to do activities by themselves, to do things by themselves. They cannot eat alone. They cannot sleep alone. They cannot go to the gym by themselves. They cannot drive out of town by themselves. They cannot do these things by themselves. They always need to be texting somebody, talking to somebody, doing something with somebody. Like, all the time. Because they don't have their actual self. At some point in time, poof, gone. You no longer have yourself. And you can get yourself back, is the thing. By doing the right things. You have to start taking better care of yourself. You have to put yourself first. You have to write things down. You need to set some goals. You'll gain that respect back for yourself over time. Start being strict with your eating patterns. Start being strict with what you're putting in your body, period. Start being strict about you have to show up every single day to the gym. Almost every single day. But make a schedule. Get into something. Get into a hobby. There's got to be something you can do. Because these individuals, bro, they have serious issues. And like I said, you could be watching this video, you could have these issues, you could be like, wow, that's me. He's talking about me. That's me. That's so me. I'm not saying you're totally a bad person and you're evil and all this stuff, but there's things you got to work on for sure. For sure. And a lot of people coming out of school, like I said, coming out of places like that, they struggle. Even whenever I was at my lowest points, it was whenever I was exiting out of high school. Because you're used to being around friends all the time. You're used to doing this. It's a big life change. That's when you can lose yourself, bro. That's what I came to realize. Is when you get around people too much, you lose yourself. That's why I love taking time for myself. I love it. I need to recharge. I need to be able to think straight and clearly. I can't be surrounded by people 24/7. It's a nightmare for me. That's how you lose yourself. And you start making things more about everybody else other than yourself. You forget about yourself because you're so consumed with serving everybody else, with being around everybody else and all this stuff. You forget about you over time. So school is horrendous for that. Because you're around people 24/7. When you go to class, you're in a classroom with a ridiculous amount of people. It's not about you in there. It's almost like it's about everybody in there. That's kind of the vibe in school. Which is majority of the time why the smartest kids kind of stick to themselves, and they're kind of the more nerdier kids and the smarter students is because they don't get engaged with everybody else. But I have a hard time doing that, I'm not going to lie, when I'm in school. Because when I'm around people I do enjoy it, I like to goof around, I like to be that kind of a person. And I get distracted easily. My mind's really fast, it's really quick, I get distracted really easily. Like, I do my best whenever there's the fewest amount of people, I'll do my best work. When I'm around a whole bunch of people, I'm not going to do my best work. There's going to be distractions and stuff like this. And especially in school, because it's boring as hell. But these are all just points to make you guys realize, like, what this self-abandonment stuff really is. It's another word for codependency. You're codependent. You're not independent. You're very codependent. What's hilarious is that there's people nowadays on social media, oh, I don't need a man. Oh, I don't need this. I don't need that. You don't need a man, but yet you talk to fucking 40 of them. You might be single, but guess what? You're not independent. These independent bad bitches that they act like. You're not that guy, pal. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not that guy, you're not that girl. You're not. You talk to so many people on a daily basis and you want to pose as a, oh, I'm so independent. You're not. Get out of here. You might be single, but you need male attention. You need that attention. And I'm just using that as an example because you see it today. I know these bitches, bro. I know these bitches. I do. And it's exactly what they're like. I don't know why, man, but I don't mean to make it about this, but man, what I've experienced in life is women lie about unnecessary shit. Like for no reason. I'm not saying all of them do, but I've experienced it so many times, bro. From so many different ones. I did not experience the same thing with men. I'm not saying no men lie. Men definitely lie. There's some men that definitely lie. But I've experienced a lot of different females, bro, that they just lie about things that's just like you didn't have to do that. And it's almost like their way of life. It's almost like they have to do that. And I don't know why. But it's almost, it's just that way. They're very sneaky, bro. That's their game. That's how almost all women play. There's even women that'll be like, oh, well, I'm not like that. Well, I'm very honest and stuff. Even you lie. I'm sorry to tell you. Almost like damn near every single woman that I've ever come across, I caught them in a lie that just made no sense. It's not even something they had to lie about and they still did it. But it's like a protection mechanism for women that they almost have to lie to figure things out. They'll lie about not liking you when they fucking love you. They'll ask you questions and they'll be right sneaky about it. They'll try to get things out of you, but they're kind of lying about certain things that they're, talking about. Whatever. There's so many examples, but it's just a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. But I get it at the same time. It's their protection mechanism. They got to protect themselves almost. They almost have to lie sometimes to protect themselves. And that's what I've noticed. I'm a crafty individual myself, and I can catch on to what people are doing. Their intentions, why they did what they did, all these things, I can put the pieces of the puzzle together. It comes from experience. It comes from experience, bro. And I have experienced this a lot. They do lie. They lie about their body count, and it might sound immature to talk about this, but it's just true. Like, you might ask some female, how many guys have you been with? 3. Times that by about 5 or 10. It's just how it is, man. It's a protection mechanism that they almost need to do it. Where men, for the most part, are more straight up and honest. Where women are not. And I don't even, consider to be bad people. I get it. It's your protection mechanism. It's not that you want to lie and you're such a bad person. I'm not saying every single woman does this, so don't come at me and be like, oh, you hate women. No. I just experienced this so many times. Even from good women. Swear to God. Swear to God. They do lie about things that they don't need to lie about. And there's certain things that they just want to lie about because it kind of protects them. They do be shady a lot of times, bro. They do shady shit. And they gotta lie. They wanted to do what they did. They know it's wrong, so they gotta lie about it. Okay? Okay. But it's just how it is, man. But anyways. Back to the self-abandonment thing right quick before we kind of wrap this up. Don't stress it too much. Just know who you are, know kind of your actions and stuff, and try and improve. Try and make some small steps of improvement. Start doing things for yourself. You'll gain so much respect back for yourself. I know friends who've had toxic parents, and they started doing more things for themselves instead of always taking advice and listening to their parents and always doing this and always doing that. They started doing more things for themselves, to the point where they outwitted their parents, to the point where they're like above their parents now. Their parents can't tell them shit because they know they're doing the right things because they're listening to better people in the world. So you can always improve, and sometimes your upbringing can make you the way you are, which you can 1000% improve. You have to know the truth about your life. You have to know the truth about your past. You have to know the truth about reality. These truths can help you improve 1000%. Some people don't know the truth, so they can't even improve because they don't know what's going on. They don't know this is wrong. That's what they were taught. So they can't improve because they don't know the difference. But if they knew the difference, now it's like, oh, that makes sense. Now I can improve on this. So that's how things work. Sometimes hearing the harsh reality, the harsh truths, can be the best thing for you. 99% of the time it is. That's why I keep things very real on this channel, because I know someone's feelings might be hurt. Someone might have heard something they didn't want to hear, but guess what? We're here making everybody better, including yourself, because hearing the truth is is the medicine everybody needs to hear. It is the truth. Everybody needs to hear it. That's all I ever want to hear is the truth. The truth is the truth. That's why I live by it. I'm an honest man moving forward. I live by the truth. I live by reality. Things are how they are. There's a lot of things we cannot change. You want to know the truth? Gas where I come from right now is $1.94 per liter. It's like $2.03 for Supreme. And guess what? This guy right here, he takes Supreme gas. So I'm paying right now over $2 a liter for gas, Canadian dollars. That is the truth. That's something I cannot change. Is it going to stay that way forever? No, it's not. It will go back down. It will. Maybe not back down to what it used to be, but it will go back down to probably the 140s, 150s, 130s if we're lucky again. It'll go back down. This world is nuts right now. We know how it is. But there's certain truths that we just have to live with. Some people don't want to accept reality. That's your fault. That's your problem. That is your problem. Is you don't want to accept reality. You have to. Actually, you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to accept reality, but it's going to come back to bite you. It's going to come back to burn you. Because living by the truth will make you better. It will make you better in life. I promise you it will. And anyways, I'm going to end this video now. I got nothing left to say, and I hope you guys have a great rest of this day. Let's improve.